Hello, Stampers! All right, I decided that today was a good day to go live, talk with you guys a little bit about the color revamping that is going on right now, try to answer questions if anybody has them, and also to show you along with the new color revamp is also new stamp pads. So I thought this would be a good time to do this and just kind of, like I said, help everyone understand a little bit about why Stampin' Up! Is doing this, what the point of it is, and also, again, just to show you the new stamp pads and how excited I am about them. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining. Okay, so what I want to do is I just have a few pages of stuff I want to read to you. I want to be sure that I'm giving you all the correct information. So this is stuff that I have gotten from Stampin' Up! Like I said, if you have any questions as I'm going through all this, just type me a comment in there, ask your question. I'm watching on my phone here so I can see when anybody is asking questions or something, so I'll be glad to answer them if I can, or at least steer you in the right place. So, what is a color revamp? So Stampin' Up! Explained to us that basically there's two kinds of color changes that they do. They do a color refresh and they do a color revamp. Now, a color refresh means they just change a few colors. Okay, so in 2013, they went through and they changed just a few colors, and that was 5 years ago. Hi, Karen. A color revamp is a much more extensive color change. Okay, so basically the last time they did a big color revamping like this was in 2010, so it's been 8 years, and then they got rid of a lot of colors, brought new colors, rearranged the color families they were under, all kinds of stuff. So, and they told us then that this was something that they would continue to do every few years, just to make sure our colors stay fresh. Okay, so that is what they did, is it was time for a color revamp. Those of us demonstrators knew that this was coming, so it's not too big of a shock. Although I have to say, I really like this one. The last one they did, I was a little apprehensive about because they changed a lot, but I really like what they came up with this time, and I really like a lot of the new colors. So let me tell you a little bit more why they did it now. Like I said, basically they're trying to stay current and fresh with the color trends right now. New colors also, as demonstrators, new colors are good for our customers. Okay, because I know over time we tend to use the same colors over and over and over again. So having new colors and more trendy colors are really good for our projects and for drawing in our customers, and also for us, just to keep us fresh and having some change. Another reason they do color revamps is because, frankly, some colors just don't sell very well. I know those of us that know a lot of the Stampin' Up! Colors, there are colors that I really don't like and don't use very often. And so there were just some colors that over the years just got to the point where they really weren't selling very well. So they got rid of some of those colors. Color trends change, okay? You know, in fashion and stuff, every season, there tends to be some colors which are the hot colors, the big colors, the in colors, and so Stampin' Up! Is really just trying to stay up on all of that and stay trendy. Let's see, what else? Oh, and also a good thing about color change and bringing in new colors is that it helps for more possibilities for color coordination and for keeping our cards, just keeping them fresh, keeping them well coordinated, lots of new color combinations. Okay. So one big question I know people ask is, again, how does Stampin' Up! Really determine what colors stay and what colors go? So I did mention about colors that just don't sell very well. So that is a big factor in them deciding what stays and what goes. But also, there are actually people out there who do a lot of research on color trends and things like that. And so Stampin' Up! Keeps up on that, as well as other companies, as far as trying to keep fresh with that. Let's see. Oh, and so then another thing that Stampin' Up! Did is they were looking at color trends, trendy colors, things like that, is they redid our color families, and they moved a lot of the colors around into other color families. And I gotta say, they are spot on this time, because the colors in all of the families really do coordinate very well together. I'm very excited about it. I have always been a Brights girl. The bright color family has always been my favorite, still is my favorite, but the Regals is hot on its tail because I love the way all of the Regals look together right now. They really did a great job in redoing that color family and making sure the colors were well coordinated together. So with that being said, what Stampin' Up! Also decided to do as they were doing our color revamp is they changed our stamp pad style. Okay, now you know with the old stamp pads, and of course I don't have one here, so let me hop up here, walk around, grab a stamp pad. With our old style stamp pads, they were like this, okay? And they are sometimes hard for people to open. I know I've had customers over the years that have had arthritis, carpal tunnel, things like that. And sometimes these stamp pads are really hard to open. And sometimes they are hard to finagle as far as once you get them pushed, to then get them up and around in the way they go. And I don't know how many times in classes and stuff, my customers have totally popped the lids off of them. So now that is not going to happen. So what I want to do real fast is I'm going to change the view of my camera so that I can actually have both hands to show you and compare the old stamp pads with the new stamp pads. So hang on and let me switch my view around and show you my messy room for just a minute. Okay, so this is the old style of stamp pad. Okay, like I said, you had to push forward, get it up and around, and do it like that to get it to stay. Okay, so now this is our new stamp pad style. Okay, they have also changed our branding, so it does look very different. But now to open the stamp pad, there's no more tab that you have to push on. You will notice on one end, and let's see if I can make it. Oh, well, I guess if I showed you the right side, that would help. On one end, there is a little like lip right here. So if you just take that and lift up, okay, and then the stamp pad slides into place. So it is a whole lot easier to actually open, okay? And again, to close it, you just pull it and snap it down in place, okay? So why did Stampin' Up! Change the cases? Even though some people have a hard time with them, this was a big deal, okay, changing something like that. So a couple different things, and Stampin' Up! Explained it to us. The cases, okay, the molds that they have to actually make these cases, the molds are only good for so long, okay? They will only make so many stamp pads. So they knew that their stamp pad mold was about to need to be redone, okay, revamped. So they thought that rather than buy all new molds to keep producing the same ones that were a problem, that they would just make new ones and start fresh, okay? So yeah, that was one of the main reasons they did it. And also, since they were in the middle of rebranding and repackaging our stuff, they decided that it would just go hand in hand, okay? So actually, these stamp pads, hopefully for our customers, for any of you out there, are going to be a whole lot less confusing with trying to open them, because I know when customers would get these, they really struggled with how to open them unless you were there to show them firsthand how to do it. So hopefully this is going to be a lot less confusing. Also, with this new mold and the new style, it's a much tighter fit, okay, which hopefully will help our stamp pads stay wet longer, okay, juicier, inked longer. So that is a good thing. Another great thing about our new stamp pads is, see these little divots right here? Okay, those are because now our stamp pads are going to be stackable. Okay, so on the bottom end of them, they've got these little feet in all the corners. And so that is going to make it so that they can just stack one on top of each other and do it that way. And you will see that it still has the labels to go on the front so that when they're all stacked up, you can see that. But another new thing that they have done that I love, 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 love is, well, first, you know they always have the label thing on the back, okay? And of course, it's different languages too. But they've also got a label now that does not have words in it, on it. And what that is for is when your stamp pad is open, it goes right here. So that if you've got a couple different stamp pads open and sitting out on your table, then you know exactly which color the stamp pad is. I just stuck my finger in that. Nice. So I love, love, love this sticker that's right here. And I think that is a big, huge plus for our new stamp pads. Now, as long as Stampin' Up! Was going and redoing our cases, okay, they decided to improve on the ink a little bit. Okay, so now in the ink, they have added a what they call a defoamer. And what that it's going to do is sometimes when you would get your new stamp pads and you would go to stamp, it would be bubbly, okay? And so then you would not have a real good solid image when you went to stamp with it. But now the defoamer is going to, that's not going to happen anymore. There's not going to be all the bubbles. So that's going to help you get a better coating of ink on your stamps, okay? So that your stamped image is going to be a lot more solid and a much better stamped image for you, okay? While they were also redoing their inks and their colors and things like that, Stampin' Up! Decided to get rid of our archival stamp pads. So we used to have, step back for a minute. We used to have the archival pads. We had a black one and we had a gray one. Those are now retiring, so we will no longer have those. So instead, with our black, for just the basic black stamping, you're going to stick with the Memento stamp pad. This also is really good to use with our blends markers. But they are also bringing back our black stays on, and that is going to be our permanent black that is going to be best to use for watercoloring and stuff like that. Okay, so just some more changes going on, of course, but it's all a good thing. It's all for the good. So let's talk a little bit real fast about our colors and what Stampin' Up! Is changing. So every year, Stampin' Up! Brings in 5 new in colors. And I actually received the markers for the new in colors this year, and I love them. They are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They're nice and bright. They are so my colors. So let me open those and show you those real fast. So our new colors are, we have Lovely Lipstick. We have Grapefruit Grove. We have Pineapple Punch. We have Call Me Clover. And we have Blueberry Bushel. Okay, so I love, love, love these. I love them all together. I think they coordinate very well together. So they are going to be some of my favorites, I know. So with the color revamp, there are some different things. So here shows you, this little sheet shows you the colors that are going to be retiring and going away for good. Okay, so of course it is the 2016 to 2018 in colors. so they will all be retiring. So if there is anything at all in the catalog that you want in these colors, the cardstock, the markers, the stamp pads, the re-inkers, anything at all, get it ordered, because this is all, if it's still available even, will go very, very quickly. So some of the other colors that are going away, from the neutral family, they are retiring chocolate chip. Okay. From the Brights family, they are retiring Tangerine Tango and Tempting Turquoise. From the Subtle family, they are retiring Marina Mist, which I'm very sad to see go, Pink Perot, Soft Sky, Wild Wasabi, Wisteria Wonder. I am a purple girl, but that's okay. I was never wild about this one, and we got some great ones coming. And from the Regal family, Always Artichoke, Elegant Eggplant, Island Indigo, Perfect Plum, and Rose Red are going. Okay. So I showed you our new in colors, okay, which were the Lovely Lipstick, the Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, and Blueberry Bushel. And since Stampin' Up! Got rid of all of these colors, they are bringing in 10 new core colors, okay, which I love them. So 2 new neutrals that we're going to have are Merry Merlot and Gray Granite. We're going to have 3 new bright colors, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Gorgeous Grape. Love this one. We're going to have 4 new subtles, Petal Pink, Soft Seafoam, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather. And we're going to have 1 new Regal, and that is Shaded Spruce. Okay. Now another thing that Stampin' Up! Does is they tend to, as they bring in new colors, they will bring back some of the retired in colors. And that is actually the case for 6 of our colors. Okay. So the returning in colors are Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo, which really didn't have time to go away because that is what was just one of our in colors, and Coastal Cabana, Subtle's Mint Macaron, and Regal's Blackberry Bliss, which I'm super excited about because I love that one. Okay, so that pretty much covers for you our new stamp pads, okay, and our color refresh. And I certainly thank all of you for joining me. I will, have this recorded so that I will be saving it and keeping it on the Facebook page. It'll also be on YouTube, so you guys can watch it again if you like to. But I thank everyone for joining me, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.